everybody, I am Omega Recon Gaming, and welcome to the best 5 games of 2020. Oh god, this year, it's some trying times. So, let's get started, because we both know what you're here for. So, full disclaimer before I begin, some of these games I had to quickly write down my reviews for. I've been, writing them down all year. Have a whole document of reviews and with some of them having a description of what I liked, what I didn't like, etc., etc., etc. And I've been adding to the list and updating the list over the year. In fact, before making the video, I made some updates to it as well. So, I also have on the list a video of something I haven't finished doing a Let's Play of. However, I feel that it's good enough in the game that it's fair to make the assessment of the game. So, without a doubt, we're going to start my picks for 2020. A game that you will like will probably not be on this list. Or if you have good taste, they probably will be. So, let's get started. Let's start with number 5. Going upwards. Backwards. You know what? Star Wars Squadrons. Yeah, I know. A good game. A game I gave 9 out of 10. Yeah, I know, an EA title. It's weird. But, it's a pretty good game. Like, it's really fun, The characters were decent, and so was the story, and, it's a fun game, and it's $40 for, like, not that long. But it's still a good time. It looks great, and, it's no bullshit microtransactions. It's fun. That's all I really have to say. It made me feel like I was in the Star Wars universe. So good on you, EA. You aren't the fuck up this year. Oh wait, you are, because my worst list hasn't come out yet. But you appeared on the best list 2 years in a row. Good on ya. Okay. Let's get on to our next one. Here we go. Assassin's Creed Valhalla! So this is the one where I haven't finished by the time this video's come out. However, I have I've done 2 parts. However, and which I'm about like 8 hours into the game. So I feel like I've played enough, but I'm still going to keep going. But I feel like I've played enough where I feel like my opinions will not change, or not to significant enough where, where I can make this assessment. Because it's like a 40-50 hour game, and with the schedule that I do, I will not finish it in time. So, that's why I decided to silently put up the review here. And it will probably get the same review by the time I finish the game. So I'm still going to be doing it, but I wanted to put it here. So let's talk about why I gave it a 9 out of 10. Well, its only mistake is the assassinations weren't as fun as they are in this normal series, and its replayability is not there. But everything else is great. Like, literally everything else, but everything but replayability. It's just not enough for me to replay the game. There's just so much to do. It's good for one time, and then it's done. You don't need to touch it again. But for the one time you do play it, it is good. I feel like I would have had more to say, but it kind of just like a lot of these games this year didn't have much. They pretty much speak for themselves. So I'm just kind of quickly going through them. So here we go. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's just a great game. Really made you feel like you were in the Viking setting. Just awesome. Okay, Doom Eternal. This one has a lot of dialogue, so here we go. I have a lot of stuff in my notes, so here we go. So Doom Eternal. So I have the original Doom case, but I did stream it on PS4, and then I bought it on PC. I think I got it like on a no, I definitely got it on a sale. Along with the DLC. Get to that later. But Doom Eternal is amazing. I gave it a 9 out of 10 originally. However, get to that later. So let's start about the things that I did like. Well, in the original, let's start off with what I said originally. So everything's amazing except the story. Also, the platforming can be infuriating, and sometimes you would miss a jump for no reason, or prompt wouldn't activate. Everything else, other than that, everything else was solid. It's a hard game, even on easy. So here is my current thoughts on the game after playing it again on PC. And getting further. So, the game got some patches. Now, I normally don't, raise a game's score or applaud them for giving patch. I mean, I always applaud for patches, but I usually don't reward them as a heightening of the game's score. However, being the fact that it literally fixed all the problems I had except for one, and being it that I suck at... Well, I don't really suck at Doom Eternal. I got much better at it, actually. Like, I was breezing through most of it. I was actually considering upping the difficulty, and then I get to, like, the final world where I actually rage quit the game because it was being so infuriating. However, I got significantly better at the game, and I pushed through it in my free time, actually just doing it this morning, and I beat it. And then I've got to a boss fight where I got stuck for like maybe an hour, half an hour. It was fighting the Hell Priest or whatever her name was. But I beat her. It was a pain in the ass, but I beat her. I wish I had the footage for that because that fight was, it was hard. I had to beat her by blood punching, which was kind of interesting. You had to hit her you had to claw up to her with the meat hook and then blood punch her, which it was creative. Which means you would have to unlock it with the super, which is not that hard, unlocking it with the super shotgun. But it requires you to unlock it, and if you didn't do that, man, by that point, like, how do you get through most of the levels without the super shotgun? Super shotgun's fucking amazing. I actually used a lot more of my weapons, like I actually used a lot more of them instead of relying on the normal shotgun. Like, man, I can't even believe how I got through most of those levels with the normal shotgun. I hardcore super shotgun through it once I got it, and then my second gun was like the minigun, and I pieced through most levels. That, and then I would use my rocket launcher when I would get low, and I would chainsaw more, and I used a lot more blood punches, and I really, used the mechanics to my advantage a lot more and better. I still died a few bits, and I went for a lot more of the secrets. But with all that being said, I'm raising the score to a 10 out of 10 because the game deserves it. It's a great game. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's still fucking hard. Like, enemies will, like, trap you. That's a bug that still needs to be fixed. Like, they will, like, trap you in a corner. Had that happen to me this morning a few times. And then you're... But it's still fun. When you maneuver around. That's why you always gotta stay moving. But when you're staying moving and then you get stuck into a corner because, you're moving around so fast and it's hard to take everything in really quickly, and you just gotta keep moving. And even when you are moving, like, those enemies, especially, like, oh, man, the axe swinging guy, oh, that guy, he's on my shit list. Fuck that guy. He feels like he only dies to those super shotgun, because, like, anything else I threw at him never killed him. Except for once when I used the BFG on him. Which, also, he doesn't die to the Crucible. Every enemy should die to the Crucible, except bosses. But that should do significant damage to them, if it does. But, like, come on, man. Like, if you're gonna give me the Crucible, which basically one-shots enemies, it's gotta one-shot that thing. You know? Especially, like, if you're gonna hold on to your Crucible for, like, the one moment, you gotta make it do it so at least it takes off at least half of its health. But it's not affected by the Crucible, which is bullshit. Also, he's really cheap. I know he has a pattern, but fuck his pattern. It's hard as balls. I hate him. But when you did overcome, you feel like a champion. But yeah. I actually like the story going through this time. Like, I actually, like, absorbed it. I wish there was more to it, but it felt more like when I actually, like, absorbed it in more, it felt like they got away with a lot with less with more. Like, the feeling like of Doomguy as him being, like, the savior that we need. And, like every time you go up against a boss, they're always like, Doomguy, this isn't what you want. And then Doomguy's like, fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want. I love the Doomguy memes. The Doomguy memes this year were awesome. Especially the one with Animal Crossing. Like, I personally fucking love that. Even if I don't care for Animal Crossing, it was absolutely adorable. And I love that both of the games got nominated for Game of the Year, because even though I personally didn't like it, other people do, and other people loved it. And you know what? Fair game. So, yeah, I have a lot of feelings about Doom Eternal. It's awesome. I need to get through the DLC. Maybe I'll stream or record that. I'll probably end up recording that because it's on my PC, but maybe I will stream it, but I'll probably end up recording it. And I'll post it, depending on how I feel and when I can get around to it, because I'm always so busy. But for now, I'm increasing its rating to a 10 out of 10. So, there you go. Still an amazing game, and a game that you definitely should have in your arsenal. That was really dumb. Shouldn't have done that. And anyway, let's talk about my number 2 spot. A game that went criminally under the radar this year. The glare might be too, hey. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. A remake of the original Mystery Dungeon game. I've wanted this. I just really honestly wanted a port to, like, you know, virtual consoles. But this? You know the feeling when you get something you didn't know you want, but then when you got it, you were really happy that you got it? That was my feeling with this. This made me really happy to be a Pokemon fan. Which, considering how upsetting the DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield was to me, that it didn't really feel like that good of additions, you know. This really made me feel good to be a Pokemon fan. I loved this game. I still, like, man, this game's awesome. It made a lot of good tweaks. That's what it did. It did everything a remake should do. It made the story look fucking gorgeous. It's right out of a picture book. it just, mwah. It looks great. I love this, man. I just, what else can I say? It's everything a remake should be, except dun 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 dun. Number one, dun dun dun. Final Fantasy VII Remake is the most amazing game I've played in a long time. In fact, it may be my number 2 game of all time. It surpassed Final Fantasy 15 and has shown me what a true Final Fantasy game can be. Even though it's only part 1, I do not care. It is amazing and I love it. Everything is great. Absolutely everything. I love this freaking game. It's great. In no hyperbole, it's absolutely amazing. I love this game. It's like, mwah. It's great. From beginning to end, this game kicked ass. Like, I thought this game was going to be my game of the year, like, from the beginning of the year, and I was right. Like, this game's fucking amazing. The only thing that really irritated me was the block scenes. Like, that had no place being in the game. But the game is so amazing that I will overlook it because I literally, I want to hug the people who make this game. The dub is great. Everything's great. Soundtrack, gameplay, story. It's fun. It looks great. It's like, my God, like, this is just like, mwah. This is what people have been waiting for so long, and this is such a good payoff. Now, I cannot wait for... The PS5 is now out, so that's probably what the next game will be on. So, I cannot wait to check out part 2 of this game. But man, was I really excited for... In fact, at the recording of this video, Sephiroth's in Smash. Dana, 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 dana. Well, I'd like to thank you guys. 2020 has been a challenging year, not just for me, but for everybody out there. I mean, a lot of things happened this year. I got a job, and so my videos became a lot more sporadic, and a lot of them I sound dead in. But honestly, like, I tried to stay positive, and I did with success to some extent. But it's games like this and games like this that really made me happy to be a gamer and happy to be alive. That's my takeaway from this, is that we made it. Another year, we'll make it through this. Now, unfortunately, I now have to record the worst games of 2020, which is going to make me angry and upset, and it's going to ruin my message, so fuck it. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay with me again until next year, where hopefully everything will be better. Bye.